Look at my eye. I know you see it. I know you see it. I know. But no, seriously, look at this. So this is just my representation of an eye. This just came to me just so I just started brainstorming really fast. So I just want to show you what I come up with so fast. I mean so far. So the eye, as you know, we have two of them, right? Boom, but it can't be trusted. But anyways, so the white part of the eye, you see the sclera, but we're gonna say like it represents the sky. So think about outside in nature now. So the sclera is the sky, right? So the pupil is dark and mysterious, or it's just mysterious. We're gonna say that's either could be the black sun or just simply outer space. I like outer space, but we're just gonna go with outer space, right? So your pupil will represent the outer sun, right? And then your iris, is your lens, right? So right here I have that your lens, the iris, it's because your whole eye, like when you generate tears or just generate like just natural moisture in your eyes, that's sacred water because that's coming from inside of you, right? It's sacred. So I have the tears representing, or just the water inside the eye representing the stars, right? So then I also said like the lens, which we're going to compare to the moon, is the reflection of the sun, like a masculine and a feminine energy now in this sense, or twin flames, if you will, right? And then the eye is the window to the soul. The soul is the heart. Well, the heart is the sun, I should say. The heart is the sun, right? So don't mind this part right there. I was just brainstorming. So boom, boom, boom. Back to the sclera, the white part in your eye. It has 4 layers to it. So then I was thinking like 4 layers. This dimension has 4. I mean, this level of existence that we're on, most people think is 3D, but we're really on the 4. We're like in the 4th dimension, right? And I'll explain why. The first dimension is length. Next is width. Most might go by height, length, width, height, right? But okay, sorry about that. So length, width, height. So I'm gonna say length, width, space, or the physical reality. That's why I got that scratched out. And time. Time is the 4th dimension, right? And then light. So I'm going to explain this and this here now. So with the 4 dimensions of existence, we know, like, if you want to go with what you want to say, the source here, something came out of nothing. And that's why the source will represent 0 or just a void, just nothingness. But the source is neutral and it's neither. Like it doesn't sway either side. Like it's kind of like karma, right? So depending on what you do, or just the type of person you is, depending on the type of karma you would get. And just because you hear the word karma doesn't necessarily mean something bad. Karma is just a gift, pretty much like a gift. So kind of like getting coal on Christmas, that kind of thing. So you either get a present or a coal. That's karma. So anyways, so okay, so back to the levels of existence. So boom, the F and the M. So with the length, it's just a line that meets all points, right? So either it can be a circle or it can be like this. So I'm just going to represent it as a line just for this demonstration here. And X, first point on the after 0 on the what do you call that, on the graph. Boom. Anyways, so your X axle goes this way, Y goes this way, right? Y goes up and down, X go left and right, right? So where the two lines meet, here we got the width. So, or maybe I should give this one another line. I don't know, think about that. But anyway, so we got the negative and the positive, feminine and masculine. In space, think about like a family dynamic: mother, father, child, and then we'll keep going after that. But just we're here right now, so that's why the X, Y, and Z. And you know, the child has everything the mother and the father have. So your spirit has everything your masculine and your feminine has, because you're both aspects. Oh yeah, back to this. So oops, I just looked up. So the eyebrow. Okay, so the eyebrow, I have like it representing like an outer layer of protection, and then the eyelid is the veil that separates consciousness, pretty much, from being awake to asleep. Your eyes are open when you're awake, closed when you're asleep. Some people sleepwalk, but we're just saying just in general here. But you know, awake or asleep, night and day, light and shadow. When you're awake, you see lights. When you're asleep, normally you'll see shadows. But your masculine and your feminine aspects. I wrote those two backwards, but light is masculine, shadow is dark, feminine. But anyways, I just wanted to explain that too. And then the eyelashes, I haven't really thought about that far. This is as far I got into the eyelashes. They will represent above, below, within, without. Boom, boom, boom. That's where we got the sacred waters. And then when you cry, it opens up your heart. And that's what I was thinking, going back to the eyes are the windows to the souls. I know that it means something else, but I'm just giving it like a deeper thought into this just because I'm focused on the eye right now. So the eyes being a window to the soul, when you cry, it opens up your heart to different emotions. Now, depending on you, depends on what will come out of those tears. And that's why I have here that the tears are spiritual. There's more to tears than what you realize, like your tears, your sweat, any natural fluids that your body produce are pretty much sacred, right? Boom. So anyway, so back down here to the existence. So we got the feminine and masculine, the mixture of the feminine and the masculine, and then time. So I put 12 because it's 12 hours in a day, 12 hours in a night. And then I was looking, like, when I look at it like that, that's like a division symbol. So 12 divided by 12 is 1. So 1 day. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too far into that one. So then when I started, so this here is just me just playing around with these two, because the child will be a mixture of both what the mother and father is. And then I was like, a 90-degree angle. Start thinking about the time on the clock now, right? So the source would be in the middle. And you think about, the middle part of the clock and what comes out of that. The minute, second, and the hour equals time. And then, I just drew out this little here. And then 369 is the 90-degree angle. Okay, my bad. So 369 is the 90-degree angle. And then 9, we reduce down to the single digit, to the simplest, lowest term. 9 plus 0 would just equal 9. And then you add up 3, 6, 9 together, you get 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. And then I'm just, when I originally drew this out, I left spaces in between that, but here, there was 4 spaces here, indicating that there's little loopholes within time at 12 o'clock, 3, 6, and 9. But my mind just started going with this, but this is just the beginning. I'm going to go deeper into this. And this, like, I started this first, and that's what made me draw the clock out here, because I'm like, it looks like time here. But anyway, so with this picture, again, I just combined these symbols, but instead of doing another 90-degree angle, I gave the child everything the mother would have. So the straight line is just the feminine, the plus sign is the masculine. So then I'm just curious now if I should have gave, I'll have to do a biology chart. But anyways, but this is how I got this symbol, just combining mother, father, and child together. Oh yeah, yes, never mind for the biology chart. Don't mind me. I haven't got that much sleep today. So anyway, so I got this symbol. So this started making me think about, like, like the Reiki little Chinese symbols. So I'm gonna go look and do some research to see if this actually mean anything. If anybody know, go ahead. Definitely open to learn. And then this right here is just a replication of this length, width, and time. I mean space. And then here with, oh yeah, so I told you that the sclera only have 4 layers, right? So I added the third eye because it's still part of the eye too. It's just the spiritual eye now. So I added that as the 5th layer here. So since I added the third eye, I added light. And then if you know the formula, for the speed of light is E equals MC squared, right? So then, of course, I'm sticking to spiritual terms. So I have E as being ether, M is matter, and then, C is carbon, but 2 forms of carbon, your masculine and your feminine. And then, so that makes me think now, just with this formula and then looking at everything like this, are we time travelers? And then they just put it in